We are the best league in Gdańsk, which is that's so true. Hello everybody, my name is Joanna and I'm a roller derby player from Gdańsk from Sirens roller derby league. We are quite new league from Gdańsk in Poland, and today I want to show you how to build your own high quality skates on a budget by doing some DIY magic. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you what do you need to build your own skates, how to mount them properly. I'm going to show you how I test those skates in trainings and in bouts coming up this month. I'm going to also give you some afterthought and show you any modifications if I make them. In the end, I'm going to give you a detailed calculation of costs so you can see if it's worth it for you or not. You may wonder, why do I want to do this the DIY way instead of just buying a pair of skates and calling a day? Well, there are a couple of reasons for that. First of them is costs. Skates aren't cheap, actually, and building my own, I think I can cut half of that cost. I also wanted to do it for fun. I've seen a couple of online tutorials on blogs or on YouTube, and most of them were about skate park skates, and I wanted to do the roller derby ones. So I thought, why not? I also wanted to do it because the availability of skates in Poland is not really great. You have some online stores, but then you cannot try those on. And when you buy a pair of skates, it's a whole kit. If you want to change your wheels, it's an extra cost. If you want to change actually anything, it's an extra cost. So by going DIY, you can actually decide on each part of those skates so you can meet your own needs. So what do you actually need to build your own skates? Well, first of all, I think you should get yourself a plate. This is the bottom part of your skate. Actually, mine is a second-hand plate. I bought it from a girl that didn't use it anymore. And those are Kaya plates, and they also came with some toe stops, which are, I think, cherry bombs from Kaya also. You can dismount your own roller skates to get the plate. You can buy a new one, you can buy a second-hand one. The plates are usually the most durable part of the roller skates. Just be sure not to buy a plastic one, okay?
Okay, I think it was usable, but...
If you're buying a new plate, it's probably not gonna come with a bumper, so you're gonna have to get it separately. You're also gonna need some shoes. And this is, I would say, the most important part of this roller skates because they have to be comfortable and they have to have special qualities that will make a good shoe for that. I bought a shoe that is a football shoe for indoors. These are men's shoes because the women's shoes for football are non-existent. If you have bigger feet, which is my case, you go for men's shoes, and if you have smaller feet, you just go for the kids section. They don't have to be the football shoes. I think tennis shoes for hard courts will work just fine. The thing that you want to look for is a very flat surface beneath the shoe. If it's a little curved up, it's okay, the plate will straighten it. But you want the outer sole to be kind of stiff. If it's too bendy, it's not gonna hold up well. So you can see that mine are a little bit bendy, but the gum outside is kind of hard, so it will withstand the contact with the metal parts. I've seen online that people do those kind of skates also from the football shoes, but for the outside ground, which have the spikes on the bottom. it's not a very good idea because they are actually very profiled, so they will go up more, and the sole is hollow inside. So if you drill through it, it can bend more than just rubber. Not to mention that we have to cut all of the spikes. If you already have shoes that you want to make into skates, but they are not stiff enough, there are ways to make them stiffer, and I will talk about this later. You're gonna need, of course, some bearings. I bought mine from sports shop. Those are very basic ones. Of course, you're gonna need some wheels, and which wheels you will choose depends on many factors. The surface that you play on, your weight, your style when you play. Well, if you're already watching this, I think you know how to choose your wheels to suit your needs. I chose the Heartless wheels, which are produced by Green Monster. They are, I think, 86A. They are quite narrow, and I think they will suit me. And last but not the least, you're gonna need some hardware. Like you don't even know what is a hardware store. Metalsbit. I have also optional stuff which I don't have, so. As I've said before, if you are worried about the stiffness of the shoe, you can also mount some aluminium or steel plates inside the shoes, or even outside the shoes actually, and they will make the construction stronger. I don't know yet if I need those or not. I think I will try first to do it without them, and then if I see that the screws are moving or there is something going wrong with them, I can add the steel plate afterwards. You may also want to add a strap for your ankle to prevent the heel from going up in the shoe, but that you will know once you try them on actually during the games, and then you can decide if you want to add this strap or not. This is the thing that I will probably do, and most of you, if you try this, will probably do also, but you may want to change your insole in the shoe. This is what came with the shoe. It's actually very thin, and maybe I will be able to feel the screws under my feet, so I will want to just choose like a softer and bigger insole. The last optional stuff, which I think I will actually do, is to install some foam in the front of the shoe. So when I run or jump on toe stops, it's more comfortable than without it. But this is mainly for the players that move a lot on their toe stops. So some of skates I've seen online have it, but it's not a regular thing. So it's like really fully optional. Apart from the stuff that I've already showed you, you're gonna need also some tools. You're gonna need a drill, you're gonna need some basic tools like this, and of course you're gonna need a table that is safe to drill on, and you want to consider also having someone for help. Before drilling through the shoe, you want to know where the holes should be, and for that you have to measure your shoe. You have to, first of all, you have to take two measures. You have to place your ruler on the widest part of the shoe from the bottom, and you should mark the half of it, the half of this distance. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing on the bottom, also on the widest part. Then you want to take also a ruler and draw a line between those 2 points. And this will probably show you the axis of your shoe. And your plate should be mounted well, symmetrically to this line. So I draw the line, and now I want to check if it's actually in the middle of my foot. So the middle of the foot is between the second and the third finger of your foot, counting from the big toe. So in my case, it's like 1, 2, 3. I think it's around here. Am I drawing anything? I don't know. Yeah, that's about fine. Here is the middle of my foot, I think, and here is the line. So they align, it's fine. So now you want to see if your plate also aligns with this line. My plate has a hole in it through which you can, well, you cannot, but I can see the line that I drew, and I can place the plate so the line is in the middle of that hole. Now, still keeping that in mind, you want to place your plate so that it's fairly in the middle, both up and down. And okay, and you also want the spaces here and here to be about the same, but here, so your heel won't hang, the space is going to be a little bit smaller. So I'm just taking the marker and I'm marking where the hole should be. Here and here. I'm probably gonna need a bigger marker for this. The same here. And I also have some additional holes here. I marked the 4 holes. What I'm doing now is mainly to just show the purpose and how it should be done. So if you mark those holes, you have like 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go back to your ruler and you check if the points that you've marked are in the same distance from the main middle line. So this is about 2 centimeters and 1 millimeter. And this is exactly the same. So those are pretty fine, I think. Those are the final ones. Okay, now that we have marked our drilling spots, we will meet at the table when you will see how I drill them. Okay, so we are now at the table and we can start actually drilling the holes and mounting the skates. I have measured the shoes again, so they are now quite perfect. So I'm gonna drill 6 holes in total for each shoe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The same on the other shoe. Yeah. It's too... No, it's not sharp enough, so it goes like... Yay! I think this will work. Nope. Okay. Are we? Oh. It's in. It's in. The first one. The next 10 holes. But yeah, I'm gonna take the small drill. I'm gonna drill holes through all of them. Then I'm gonna change it to the medium. Then I'm gonna change it to the big one. So I'm not just changing the drills all the time. Taka mądra, ale śrubek to nie umie otworzyć. Okay, so this took a while, but I finally have all the holes. You can also check the final. Now you cannot change anything. But you can check the alignment. Okay. Oh. No, just fine. You can see the mess that is here. It's all the rubber. I will clean it up and then we will go back to screwing the plate onto the shoe. Commercial time! If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Check our social media, Chrome Sirens Roller Derby on Facebook, Chrome Sirens Roller Derby on Instagram, and also we have a merch shop in which you can buy our t-shirts and some other fun stuff with our logo, which you can see here. If you also are a derby player and you're looking for someone to play a bout with, we're open for invitations, just hit us up. Bye! Okay, now we can begin to screw the plate to the shoe, but I've already done one plate because I wanted to do it right, and also it was a process of trial and error, so that would take long on camera. So now that I know how I did it, I will do it on the other shoe. When you will be shopping for your hardware, be sure that you get different lengths of screws. So I got very short ones, which look like this, some medium ones, which look like this, and also some long ones, which I didn't use them for the assemble of those, but I used them, then I will show you what I use them for anyway. And also I have this like small little things that I have no idea how they are called, but they have those teeth inside, and what they do is they provide you with a very comfortable way of screwing like this. So with the right length of the screw, you won't even feel them inside your shoes. They are entirely flat. You're probably not gonna have the perfect length for each of them, so you might also want to get some of those parts that can help you adjust the length of the screw so it won't stick out in your shoe. So now I'm taking the long one and I'm putting it in the plate. Yep. And now in the shoe. Take another one. Oh, they are in. Okay. So the first step is to place those inside on your long screws, so it's not a problem, you can feel them inside. not that easy if you cannot see what you're doing. Okay, it's in. You take your screwer. Okay, and now you screw it into place. This is hard part, like you have to feel what you're doing without seeing it. Oh, yeah, now it's clicked. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to screw them to the end. So the teeth in those metal parts are sitting very well in the soles inside. This way, when you unscrew them and you are going to screw the smaller ones inside, this part is just gonna stay in sole. I imagine you cannot imagine how it looks inside, so this is how it looks inside. This metal part here should be sitting in the insole. Even if you unscrew the screw.
It becomes permanent.
Yeah, so it becomes the permanent part of the shoe, kinda permanent. So that's why you need those bigger ones to place those parts and then exchange those for smaller ones. It's just easier that way because you would have to push really hard this screw. Oh no, there should be a... yeah, and I forgot because I have an additional part here which I didn't put in. So as I've said before, you can use those small parts to adjust the length of the screw so it won't stick out in the shoe. The front part is done. Once you've done the front part, and if you drilled your holes properly, you should already see that the plate is in the right place. That happens automatically. Okay, maybe those in the back next. Doing the same thing, taking the bigger screw, placing it in the hole. So now we are going to do the same with the other one. Okay, I guess the worst part is done, as we have the skates. The only thing is missing is wheels. Let's see. Woo. Oh, everything. Whoa. Now I present to you the DIY skates. So those are my old skates. So as you can see, anything from that is gonna be an upgrade. Okay, so I'm done with this. I don't think I will need a plate outside or inside those steel plates that I've talked about before, because the whole construction feels pretty solid, so I don't think I will need it. And well, let's test those bad boys out.